everybody. Today we have something a little bit different.
Yes.
We had a question from a subscriber and we get it a lot, so we're gonna start with that.
Yep.
The question basically boils down to, what does the status of a property even mean, right?
It's just so confusing.
Okay, so this person's question is, I recently put an offer on a townhouse under listing price. The seller agent told my agent they have 2 offers already. The offers they have are both listing price and one of them removing the home inspection. Good move.
Mm-hmm.
He texted my agent to see if I wanted to raise the price. I said no. Afterward, I saw the townhouse was taken off the market. I highly doubt they have the other 2 offers. If so, why don't they take the offer instead of taking it off the market? I feel like the seller agent is lying. Is that legal to do that? P.S. The owner is the seller agent.
So there's a lot to unpack here. So
Yeah.
Kelly's going to start with the status explanations, and then
Yeah.
we'll break down this question and talk about the different aspects of what could be the situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's start with these off-market listings, right? So the subscriber said they've taken it off-market. Why would they do that? Well, there are 3 different off-market statuses. One is canceled, and this is going to be where the seller or landlord in rentals, but we're going to say seller, has decided they're canceling the whole listing agreement. They're done with it, at least for now. It's not offered for sale, and they're not working with that listing agent anymore.
And they're canceling it prior to the expiration date.
Correct.
Which expired is when the listing agreement expires.
Yeah.
So
That's basically an agent's contract with their buyer or seller, in this
Yep.
case, the seller.
that's true.
The other way is going to be if it's a temporarily off-market status. You guys will usually see temp off-market. And tell us what that is.
So temporarily off market can be done, for example, if a seller received a lot of feedback that maybe they needed to paint a certain room or paint some cabinets, or just something that they were willing to do and they want to take it off the market temporarily to do that. So when it's temporarily off market, the listing agreement is still active. The seller has just temporarily suspended showings. This could also be if there are multiple offers. Oftentimes agents will take it off the market temporarily to review the offers before changing the status to the contract mode. So that's
And we just had one of those ourselves with a listing where we took it off temporarily off market just because there were so many other offers coming in and there was discussion back and forth between some people that were out of town, and it's just to give everybody a beat to just deal with it. Sometimes you can use that for that reason as well. And then we have withdrawn. Withdrawn is similar to canceled, similar but not the same. So that seller still is under contract, in a contract with their agent.
Yes.
But they've removed it from the MLS or from the multiple listing service.
Yep. So kind of like maybe if they decided, you know what, let's say they're in the fall and let's say they're trying to get a really high price and they think that they're not getting that high price because of the season. Well, they may withdraw the property for now and take it back to the market in the spring.
With the intention of working with that agent again and the same agency.
Same agreement. Okay, so quick review. Canceled is, it's completely off the market. The listing is canceled. There's no agent involved. Withdrawn, it's off the market. They are no longer selling currently, but the agent is still involved. Temporarily off market could be for repairs or offer negotiations. And what was the other one?
You did it. Canceled, withdrawn, temporarily off market.
Okay.
That's good. But let me dive into the subscriber's question.
Sure.
It's really, I wouldn't assume they're lying. When there are multiple offers, even if some of them are full price, a good agent is going to let everyone know and give you the opportunity to take it up. And maybe they've taken it off the market because even if you're not still in the running, the other 2 may still be. Maybe there were other calls that came in, said, oh, no, we'll go higher, go higher. So
and we don't know the timing of this. We got this message. It could have just happened and the agent could be going through those multiple offers and then it could be under contract now.
Right.
So we don't know what the timing of this question is, but there is an ethical issue or an ethical commitment for agents. When you take a listing, there's a box that you check on the listing agreement where the seller allows you to either disclose that there are offers or does not allow you to disclose that. If they don't allow you to disclose that, then the agent cannot share if there are multiple offers. If the seller does check the box allowing that to be disclosed, then the seller's agent has an ethical responsibility to give accurate information regarding if there are offers and potentially how many offers. They don't have to give details of the offer. So if an agent says we have multiple offers, then ethically they are supposed to be honest with that. So you should trust that that fact is happening unless you have a dishonest agent, which then there would be ethical violations, which doesn't happen often.
And
quite often.
it doesn't happen often, but there are dishonest agents.
Yep.
If they are lying, no, that's absolutely not legal.
Yep.
And
absolutely.
if it could be proven, then
well, it's not illegal, but it's unethical and could be taken to.
well, it could affect our licenses.
Yeah, licenses. Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
a big
ethics.
That's
yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
Ethics are huge, right?
Huge.
Okay, so I hope that answered the question. If not, then ding us again.
Yes. We do want to talk real quick about the difference between active, under contract, and pending. So there are two statuses that can happen when a property was on the market and then it goes under contract. The technical terms for these, active under contract, means that the property does have an offer, it is under contract, but they are still marketing the property, they are still allowing showings because they're entertaining backup offers.
Yeah, they would be open to a backup offer.
Yes.
That way, if maybe it didn't pass the
inspection or the
Right.
financing or something.
right, then
yeah.
they can be like, boop,
Yeah.
and get the backup offer.
And
then-
backup offers are good
Yeah.
options quite often for buyers because things do happen.
Sorry, we have a cat that might be there. Especially in this market,
Yeah.
right, where the inventory is so low.
Yep.
Okay, pending is similar but different. Pending means the same thing. It's got a contract on it, a sales agreement, but no more showings. They don't want any backup offers. That's usually a lot stronger.
Yep. Yep.
This is one where a lot of times agents they'll flip them.
They'll interchange them and they don't,
Yeah.
because we were even trained in our first brokerage, we were trained inappropriately on how these work.
Yeah.
So we had to actually go to the multiple listing service and learn what the technicalities of this were. So,
Yeah.
all right, so those are those are all stated statuses where it's off the market.
Okay. And then the simple ones, active,
Yep.
you see it,
Yeah.
you go look at it.
Yep.
Closed, it's already gone to settlement. It's
Yep.
done. Everybody's hopefully very happy. Isn't there another one that's kind of
Coming soon.
Coming soon is important.
Yes,
That's
yes.
not of no consequence.
Yes. So you want to explain?
I love coming soon. So it's a maximum of 21 days.
Mm-hmm.
If you see a listing that's coming soon, it means they might be getting ready for it. They might be like whetting everyone's appetites. And the great thing about it is they can accept offers.
Yes.
But what's the but?
They cannot show the
Big
property.
but here.
Yeah, a big butt.
Yeah.
I like big butts in her.
Sorry.
Yes, you cannot. Probably at that. You cannot show the property in a coming soon status. But here's a nuance. Okay, this is something that savvy agents will do. In a coming soon status, yes, in a coming soon status, if you see a property that you think as a buyer you would really like to offer on, and you want to try to avoid the multiple offer situation and the seller is game, then what you can do is in the multiple listing service, you have 48 hours to change the status when a status change occurs. So a buyer could put an offer in on a property sight unseen in coming soon status. You put that offer on the property goes under contract. Once the property's under contract,
With a home inspection.
with the home inspection,
With the home
that
inspection.
property's under contract, then the property can be seen. So you put a home inspection that gets done within 24 hours. So as the buyer, you go in, you see the property, you get your home inspection done. And then if you decide to void the contract, it's fine, you can do that. It never had to come out of coming soon
they
status.
didn't have to, yeah.
And technically you were under contract, so you're not breaking the coming soon laws.
Yeah.
So there are little nuances that can be done.
That's a good one.
That's a real good one. But not a lot of agents know about that, so you have to really kind of manipulate
You have
that.
to get the right agents, one thing, and also work with the right home inspector, right?
Yes.
They've got to be able to get out there quick.
Yep.
They've got to be efficient, effective, and we work with somebody often. I mean,
Yeah, he's very good at
and he
that.
gives you the report right there and
Yep.
goes through it and gives you the itemized.
So we're running a little bit long, so let's
Okay,
do our
sorry.
summary real quick on this. So,
Summary is all the different statuses, check back if you forgot, key points. Not all agents use these appropriately,
Yes.
usually because they just don't know, they've been taught different, some rule bending and scrubbing.
yeah,
What is
so
scrubbing?
scrubbing is when you see a status report on Redfin or on Zillow or whatever third-party website you're using, they may not use the same language as our multiple listing service. Because, for example, we have Bright MLS. You go to Richmond, they use a different multiple listing service, and they may have different terminology. So these scrubbing websites that are nationwide may have their own terminology. So you may see a pending and it's actually active under contract, so you really don't know.
Right.
So using Zillow as your resource is a good general resource, but there are a lot of reasons why you really want to use an agent-provided website, because there are delays with Zillow, there's inaccurate information, there's inaccurate property information. So you really want to have somebody set up a good private search for you through an agent.
Somebody?
Us. Okay. All right. So if you have any questions, let us know.
Please, we love the questions. That's great.
That's great. And then if we need any further clarification, we will gladly do that. And let's get
What's
to the
mood
numbers.
of the market? Give me the
mood of the
things.
market.
What's the mood of the market?
Oh, for sellers, it's like for buyers, it's
if I hadn't had Botox, I could make that face.
it runs into worldwide.
Sorry.
So anyway, it's a little stressful for buyers, but we're having some success for our buyers, and just got to get out there and keep going. So that's it.
Are you gonna cut that about my Botox?
Yeah, probably. Okay, all right, let's get to the numbers. All right, so here we are. We're about to get into the numbers, and just to kind of recap what we talked about last week, if you remember, we had seen a significant spike in the strength of the seller's market, and that came on the back of a steady increase in buyer activity, but a sharp decrease in inventory. So the hope was that this week that inventory would rebound and come back up and bring us to a more neutral market so that buyers wouldn't be facing so much competition. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. The buyer activity did stay in a steady increase, and then the seller activity, while it increased a little bit, it wasn't a significant amount. So there's still a significant gap. So let's go to the numbers and look at this. But before I do that, I just want to say that we are at the tail end of February, so this trend may continue for another week or so. And then the only hope that buyers have for this not to be a repeat of last year when the market was haywire is that the sellers start increasing their inventory as we go into the spring market. Okay, so let's get to the graphs and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so here you can see we have our buyer activity, of course, is in the orange, and then our orange line is buyer activity, and then inventory is our blue line. And you can see this last 7 days, we had a spike or a continual upward trend in buyer activity. It has been for the last probably 8 to 9 weeks. It's just been a steady uptick. And then inventory, this is the significant drop that happened last week. And then this last 7 days, we had this little bit of an increase. This was not enough of an increase to make up this gap. So this gap is what puts us into a strong seller's market. So as we come over here to our graph, you'll see that the strength of the seller's market came down just a little bit, but this is 2 weeks in a row that we're sitting up here at a pretty strong seller's market. Again, above the orange line is the seller's market. Below the orange line is a buyer's market. The orange line is a nice, healthy, neutral market. So right now, buyers are, if this trend continues, buyers are going to see a lot of competition, going through those 3 lender practices that we talked about last week, getting the lender that's going to go ahead and get you a rate lock so you can lock that rate in while you're learning and keep that buying power, getting a full approval so that you can compete with shorter settlement times and hopefully some decreased contingencies to be able to compete more. And if you have a lender that'll give you that $10,000 close on time guarantee for the seller, that's going to help increase the strength of your offers. So buyers have to be really focused on strengthening their offers. So far, we haven't seen the properties going for as high above ask as we saw last year. They're not going for $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 above ask, but they are going above ask for the ones that are priced right and in good condition. So buyers, be prepared for that. Sellers, it's a great time to get in the market. You do have a little bit more competition with regards to the quality that's on the market, because a lot of sellers are starting to really pay attention to what they're putting on the market. They're not just throwing stuff on the market. So there's competition from the quality, but the quantity, there is no inventory. As you can see from what I just showed you, the inventory is so low that if you are considering selling, now is the time to get into the market, because in the next several weeks we'll probably start seeing that inventory tick up, so your competition is going to tick up. So get into that market now while the inventory is still low. All right, I hope this makes sense. Anybody has any questions, please feel free to let us know. We do have a goal of getting this out to as many people as possible. So if you found this valuable and you like receiving this information, please be sure to hit subscribe, and please share the market report with your friends and family. All right, we'll see you next week, and have a terrific week, and good luck out there.